Dang it. Hey everybody, I'm messing with OBS a little bit. I accidentally closed a window in OBS and I'm trying to get it back. There is no undo for just closing a window. I don't even know what that little thing was called. Show profile folder? No, I don't want that. Dang it. View, go recents? No, these are those. I'm in Finder now. Stay away from Finder. Okay. Sorry, this is very boring. View, docs, toolbars, list boxes, stats. I just hate it when I just click one thing. AJ Suri. Hey. I'm screwing around with OBS for a moment because I closed a window that I need. It's terrible. You know what? I don't actually need that window right now. I've got my screen going. I can't switch to other screens, so if I have to like enter credit card information online or something during the stream, then I can't switch away. So I'd end up just having to show everything to everyone. Anyways, yeah. So let's get going on this. Yesterday I made this script that generates this little casing around the windows, and I applied it to all the levels in the game, and so that's what I did yesterday, and it made everything look a little bit nicer. Today I'm going to get back to fixing bugs. I've got a number here that says the order I should probably do them in order to do riskier things earlier. And at this point, I'm doing nothing that's very risky, but even within this low risk category, there are some things I should do earlier because I only got 8 days left before I release this thing. The clear one I should work on is this one I saw last night because I can't release with it in the game. So let's go to a scene that's not in the game, but I just use for testing. I'll set up the situation which reproduces the bug. Okay. So if I have a rail here and there's an enemy over here, the game will not let me push the block. I know why. Okay. So I can't push the block, and the reason I can't is because the game is saying if you push that block, you might hit this creature over here. And it's against the moral code of the character who has become a pacifist. And her moral code doesn't allow her to commit any violence against other creatures. But it should be okay for her to push the block because there's a rail right here, and that will stop the block from hitting this creature over here, a Groldy, I call him. So I can push it up in this way. I won't, because then I'll lose my ability to test that situation. Okay. If the dude wasn't standing on the same line as me, I would be able to push the block. As soon as he comes down, I can't. Alright, so now I don't really have a way to... Okay, so that's correct for it to block it there, because there's nothing that would stop the block from hitting this guy. So what I need to do is update the logic that checks to see if there's any creatures in the path. Let's see. Before I do that, let's do a git commit. Haven't done that in a while. 8 days left before the release of this thing. Too much stuff open. Let's just let's close all the tabs. Just close them all. Let's go open up my little scratch text. Okay, cool. And then I could push util. Find creatures in push path. This is the algorithm. It starts at the location of the block, and it travels in the direction of the push, which is indicated by these deltas. And along the way, it populates a list of all the creatures that are in that path. Beginning, it clears out the list, sets up variables to seek along the path, avoid an infinite loop if the deltas are bad that were passed in. Okay, we move along. We say, hey, are we out of bounds? Just exit the function. Okay, we get whatever piece is stored at the mobile layer at these coordinates. We say if it's a player or a reactant piece, which is like the creatures, then we add the piece. Then this function here is push blocked. That's the one that is being used to figure out if that's the one that's being used to figure out if we would stop. And I think it is the case. I'm checking for most of the things I need to check for. I think I also need to check for the rail. I could do it here, but I gotta be careful because this is being used by other things, and maybe those other things depend upon the rail check not being there. So what we've got, push and push flat. Find creatures in push path. Oh, this one is like the smaller version of it. Okay. Okay, this is the one that I'm probably calling actually. But, yeah. Okay, so then I need to. Okay, I just need to check every usage essentially. Okay, so this will be hard for me to keep track of if I don't take a few notes. Okay, so then come back to push util. It is called by find creature in push path. Find creatures in push path. Push, push, flat. So each one of those I want to check and see how they're actually being called. What their expectations are and how I might break them. Okay. Find creature in push path. 2 usages. Okay, the usage that I'm actively concerned about. And that one, this is the one I hope to correct. So let's see. What's the other one? Okay, find creature in push path. Okay, so that's what is this? Oh, this is syntactic sugar. Okay, so let's just see. All blocks work activity. Alright, now I gotta check this one next. So far, I've not encountered any code that will be impacted. Okay. Now this is likely to impact though. We'll be ready to push in chucking activity. Ooh. Groldy, looking for a target. Should be able to see-through rails. Okay. Hey, Davey. Good to see you, fella. What's going on? I heard they celebrate Christmas in Canada. Fried law. Man, you and your game jams. It's like you're a junkie for the game jams. You just can't get enough of them. You keep coming back. So me, I'm just coasting along to the finish line. 8 days from now, I'm gonna release this thing. Right when I said I would. Just fixing some bugs. Okay. So, trying to make a very careful change to the code. Find creatures in path. Push path. Boom. Next command. So these are both going to be in the same category. Well, I mean, nothing wrong with a Linux Chromebook. You play a lot of web games on it. Let's see. Okay, so then we got push and push flat. I should look at those. Yeah, I've always stopped short of becoming a Linux guy. Because like I would just start it up and say, okay, where's X piece of software? And then there'd be some version of it, of whatever that software was for Linux. You know, people would say, oh, you don't need Photoshop, use the GIMP. I'm like, cool, I'm all down for this open source stuff. I love open source. Let's get the GIMP. Nowhere as good as Photoshop, and harder to use, and you know, it's that kind of pattern all over the place. But I get it though. Like I get so angry at the bullshit with either Windows or Mac. Yeah. You can't buy a Windows machine without all this kind of extra crappy software on there that you don't even want. It's good. It's very good. So this is what I have left to do, which honestly is like a couple days of work, but there's 9 days left, and 8, which changes to 8. There we go. 8 days left, and I will probably just test the fuck out of this thing and find more bugs and fix more bugs. But for what I know about right now, like there's very little left, and all of the ones left are low amounts of time to fix. All the bugs that say low on them I could release without them being fixed, and it wouldn't even bother me that much. So, yeah. Looking forward to January. I'll get to clear my head a little bit of all this stuff and just be playful. Just do something just for the fuck. Like maybe I'll go jump on a game jam or something. I don't know. But I will be released for a little bit, for a month or so, before I pick, my next goals. And I'm looking forward to that a lot. Yeah. I might just spend a week reading a book or something, Okay, push and push flat. Let's figure out what the deal is with that. Okay, find creatures in push path. 2 usages, not that one. Okay, push util. Push flat. Okay, is push blocked? Okay, so here it's got an extra check. Can move to versus is push blocked. That is the thing that matters. That's probably what I should use in my fix to the code. Push flat, it's going to be the same as push. It's going to have the same thing there. Okay, so I've got redundant here. Okay, I'm starting to form up my strategy for refactoring. I want 2 versions of this function. Maybe I'll play with the names a little bit. Find reachable creature in push path. Find visible creature in push path. Because first I was just going to change one function, but it would have had implications to all these other places in the code. So what I need to do is make a different function to call for the place that needs it. Okay, we could say this one seems to me I think it's 30 hours. I put in the achievements, and the achievements will add another maybe 10 hours of gameplay to it. Yeah. I suppose that is something I could do with my extra 8 days. I could add in more achievements. If I just run dry on bugs, I can add in more achievements. That's pretty easy to do. Okay, find creatures in push path. Have this one be limited to path that the block could move along. Okay, then find visible creatures and push path direction or in direction. Okay. Okay, here's my plan. My plan is number one, rename for block, piece touch. The one place where it needs to have the full check, call. That's it. That's my plan. That's what I'll do. And it should be totally safe. I just have to take a little care not to fuck anything up. Okay. Plural or singular? No, this one is creatures. Okay. So now I'll just go through and change all these to match. Jurors, plural. Plural. One of the only good Christmas songs. For it, Davin, it's Christmas. I don't know that. I don't know that one. I'd play it, but I get in trouble when I export to YouTube. Dang, Susan. I'm missing the reference. Whatever it is, I'm missing the reference. I don't know that piece of pop culture. Okay, there we go. Really? YouTube, Susan Washkiki. Ah, okay. Cool. Yeah, now I know a little bit more. Okay, then I want she's the one keeping me down. Making sure all my YouTube videos have less than 10 views on them. It's her. She's personally my enemy. Every day she gets up, she says, "How can we keep Eric Hermanson in obscurity?" The sole reason for all my failures is Susan. Ivermectin. There. Now I'll just be guaranteed to drown in obscurity right there. Okay. All right, so let's do find creature and path. This will be static, all this stuff. And we'll say, what was the word I used? Limit to push path. Okay. I didn't hire a team. I hired a consultant for one session at the beginning of the year. And I hired is too strong of a word, but I contracted with this guy who is a pretty cool dude. His name is Alex, and he spends maybe 3 hours a week working on PR type stuff. But, you know, we talked about this before. It doesn't... I don't know. I do lots of stuff, but none of it seems to have much payoff, to be honest. I'm not sad about it. It's just I recognize the problem as being... like, it might be, in some people's cases, the best thing they could do with their time. is to just work on making their game better, and just do kind of a minimal set of marketing, just very minimal. Like make sure you got some kind of Twitter shit going on and a few other places for people to follow if they're interested, and then just ignore it, and just work on the game. That might have been the best strategy for me this year, to be honest. I did something in between full-on marketing blitz and doing nothing at all. I did something in between. But at the beginning of the year, like I put a lot of time into it. Like I would spend maybe 20 hours a week on marketing activities. And it was a waste of time. It was a waste of time. Just because there are things that you can do that might bring attention to your project doesn't mean you should do them, because there's a cost to it. There's a cost to it. You're giving up something else that you could have done whenever you do something. So, like if I took those 20 hours a week that I spent, for maybe 4 months or so, I might have like just worked on making the graphics in the game better or something like that, and then I'd have better screenshots, or maybe I would have figured out my camera smoothing stuff that I did recently, but like 8 months ago, and then people that would have played the game would have enjoyed it more because the camera wouldn't bother them as much. And I put a trailer together. I did. I spent a pretty large amount of time on the trailer. There are countless things I could have made better about it, but yeah. So I gave it a proper try. I got very organized about it. I think I've shown this to you before. I'll just do it again on the stream, just to give people an idea. Okay. So here's how organized I was. At the beginning, myself and Alex, we just came up with a list of every possible channel that might be useful to talk on, or post to, or distribute to. And some of them we ruled out, like Instagram, although there's like a whole bunch of stuff there. It was just like neither of us were very skilled at Instagram. It didn't seem like it was particularly valuable. Okay, then for a while we're tracking like wish lists every week. And then when I noticed that there wasn't any seeming correlation to what we did over here and the number of ads we got, wish list ads, after a while, just like, I don't care. And we stopped doing like a whole bunch of stuff here. This rate stayed mostly the same throughout the whole year. There were little kind of, ads and stuff and surges. I think the best single thing that helped us was one streamer person, like a YouTube streamer that does puzzle games, played the game for a while. And that guy's like, probably most of these were from that. But yeah, like in this section, this is where I'm spending like 20 hours a week on writing like articles and stuff. And then it's just, all single digits. Not bitter, I'm just saying there's insight to this, which is you could spend that time doing other stuff better. We did like tracking on the wish list to see like where they're all coming from. Gained no insights from that. None. I know there's some scheduling stuff. What is this? UTM. What's this? Festivals. I did pitch a game. I don't think we did PAX on. No, we didn't do anything with PAX. This one, GDWC, we did. Steam Next Fest. I kind of fucked that one up, to be honest. I didn't have the demo. Yeah, well, I mean, we've got like the list of all the streamers here that we researched. and ones that you talked about are in there too. And then Alex like contacted probably all these people, and I think we succeeded in getting like the people that know about the game already and were interested in it, like Alex, to stream about it. Let's see, journalists and press. I'm not going to click on that tab because it's got like contact information on it. Curators on Steam, we went and contacted them. We did get a couple curators to list us. One actually looked at the game. The other one was kind of like very informational. Like if your game was in a category, they would put it in their curation. But journalists and press, this was pretty good. It didn't get us like wish list, but we did get some press mentions. And to do that, you write a press release, and you write the article for the person who may pick it up, so they have less work to do. They'll take your copy and they edit it, and they add stuff that's in their own writing style, but you essentially do 90% of the work of writing an article for Games Press, so that it's just very simple for them to do it. And we got like 3 websites, maybe 4, to post some article about the game. It'll be easier to go back to the press after the game's released. I think equally for the streamers, we've got a bigger chance of getting people to play the game on their streams with it released. So there will be a little bit of a push for that. So that's it. But you get a sense that I spent a fair amount of time on this year, I think. But I'm telling you, like I probably would have gotten exactly the same number of wish lists spending 1/10 of the time on it. 1/10. Yeah, I'm no master at it. I'm not good at marketing, and I've not met anyone who really was. At least not in a way that the knowledge was transferable. Like you get like this idea, if you just get to talk to the one expert, that they're gonna give you a plan. But I think it's a little bit more like there's a fair amount of luck involved. And also, if your game is like good enough and is in the right genres and stuff, or has some really good hook, then you might get a lot of attention paid to it. So I don't know what. That's true, and that's one of the first things that the marketing consultant told me. Is, the genre you're picking is not that great of a genre, but it's the kind of game I want to make. So that's just how it goes. All right, let's get back to this bug. Because basically what's going to happen if I don't finish this bug in the next hour is like my household's going to start heating up with Christmas Eve preparations, and I'll have to pull myself away from it without the bug fix. I do not want that. I do not want that. Okay. just copy the same code that is already there under push flat. Pishatil can move from 2. Okay, back up top. So this one's going to be C minus DC. R minus DR. H DC DR. Oh, okay, that should do it. Except that and that. There we go. So we say find creature in path. The concept kind of reminds me of like a Atari 2600 games. If you used your retro style on it, then it would totally be a 2600 game. Well, drop a link on me. I'll take a look. Okay, so it goes board, blocks, block R, blockage, DC, DR, and then false. Don't limit it to the push pad. Dang it. Oh, screw it. Screw it. It's nothing to me. It's dead to me. You got screenshots though, right? Alright, well, I'm not going to pester you, but if you feel like dropping a link, drop a link. I'll check it out. I think I want this line to be much further out. Okay, but not going to mess with that right now. So I want to have this be consistent. Okay, I'm going to take a look at it in a second. other one. I want this to be here. But before I do that, I want to make for certain that there's no instances of the old function anywhere. Okay, good. Like find block piece, and this is going to change to find creature and push path. What? Okay, go back to push util, and this becomes a piece, not a void. Okay, push util. Okay, block piece. Okay, that's fine now. And it seems like I should change this one too, even though it doesn't matter much. What? Syntactic sugar. Okay. That's fine. This one seems wrong. So, no, this is find visible creature in direction. And then this here should be false. Dang it. Oh, wow. You're one of the originals. Okay, what is the deal with this? Find visible creature in direction. Oh, okay, I got it. It's not find visible creature. This is redundant. It's the same as the above. I just forgot to delete this. Okay, delete this. Find creature and path. Find creature and path. Okay, now what? Now, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Okay, this is find creatures and path. But what? Now's the part where I think I'm almost done, and then I start moving sloppily and causing big problems. Okay, so that's find creature and path. This is find creatures in path. All right, I'll catch you later, Davey. Okay, and this is fine. Okay, this needs to be find creatures in path. This needs to be find creature in path. Okay, find creature in path, find creature in path. Okay, so then let's double check. Okay, those are no longer used. Okay, visible means limit should be false, false, false. These ones down here, true, true. Since these are not being used, I could delete them, but for now I'm not going to. Okay, that's good. That's good too. looking good. Nice. Good. It's looking pretty good. Let me go to a different level. Test out the block pushing there. What's a good one to do? Oh shit, the mouse.
Stop judging me, Spikes.
Probably not good to be screaming at objects.
Oh, what the hell? Well, I gotta click on it. If I click on it, then the mouse pointer will disappear. Otherwise...
What animates the spikes? Does God control them? They seem like one more tool to push me along the path I didn't choose. Death. Spiky death. Lots more of that coming.
seems fine. Okay, this is where I had the original bug. A little bit of spoilers.
Bald-faced wants to see you in his office.
Okay, so this is where it didn't work before. There we go, fixed it. So before it wasn't letting me push the P block here because a beard was over here and the function was going and checking along the line of sight over here, even though there were rails in the way that would protect these guys from getting hit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Please go kill yourself and then kill yourself and come back. Then we can talk. It's just a practical thing.
Okay, I think that one's fixed. And it's a risky fix. That's why I did it early. That's why I've got a 1 on it. But I'm calling it done. All right. Here's the other one. That is a 1. Might want to show level title from the pause menu. Okay, just thinking about this a little bit. If it did show up from the pause menu, where's the best place to put it? Probably top left-hand corner. Just remembered something else that was pretty important. Okay, I'll be right back. I can't change my screen right now because of a weird OBS thing. So I'm gonna end the stream here. Christmas Eve stuff started up. My goddamn Christmas. Goddamn Christmas. Here it comes. But now I'm gonna flip the switch in my brain into the festive mode and do the Christmassy things and do less of the game things for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow I will do a little bit of work while people are sleeping on the game. And I'll do more Christmas stuff. Christmas. The tyranny of Christmas takes away our freedoms. Just fills up our houses with shit we don't want. Makes everybody broke. Trying to get everybody else shit that they don't want. Goddamn Christmas. Alright. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stop stopping the stream.